Hello, I am Alex in Hanoi International School. This documentary is for education, which is suitable to secondary students. This is Alex.
Nahye and Wajeeha.
We created a documentary video about Yangtze River.
And our table of contents are basic info, animals, plants, and people, threats to the river, tourists, fishermen, local farmer, how the river changed over time, the future scenario of the river, how to protect the river.
Basic info. The Yangtze River is the third longest river in the world. It is about 6,300 kilometers long. It is located in China, and the mouth is the East China Sea, and the source is Gela Dangdong Peak. It flows by Yibin, Luzhou, Kongqing, Wanzhou, Xingshan, Jingzhou, Yuyang, Wuhan, Zhejiang, Anhui, Tonglin, Wuhu, Nanjing, Xinjiang, Natong, Shanghai. Yangtze means long in Chinese.
There are many animals living near the river. Pandas and red pandas, which are endangered, are also living near this river. There are Chinese alligator and tortoise for famous animal in Yangtze River. Yangtze Delta has the country's highest population density. Also, since 2003, the Yangtze Basin has more than 430 million people. There are no special tribes that live on Yangtze River Basin.
Is facing high threats of pollution. During the last 50 years, 73% increased in pollution levels. Annual discharge of sewage and industrial waste in the river are the main reasons why pollution is happening. As a result, the baiji, known as the Yangtze River dolphin, that can only live in fresh water, is critically endangered and is possibly extinct by now.
The tourists like Yangtze River because it's a beautiful place and they don't want the river to get destroyed. The Yangtze River has a very rich culture. This place has fantastic sceneries. It is one of the nicest places in China. I think the government shouldn't build a dam or other stuff because first of all, many tourists come and visit China because of the Yangtze River, and second of all, how are the people who live in Yangtze Basin going to survive? But some tourists that come to Yangtze River throw their trash and it might kill the animals in the river.
In fishermen's case, it will be hard to catch fish because there is a strong red tide which makes fish cannot live. Also, because of many trash that tourists throw away makes fishes cannot live in Yangtze River. If fish cannot live in the river, thousands of people will lose their important business, and tourists who knows that Yangtze River is dirty will never come to visit the river. China will have to give up on all of business that is related to Yangtze River.
For the local farmer, the river has a great impact in his or her life. The local farmers use the river for growing crops and plants. Because of that, they will not agree with building dams. Building a dam is the same as storing the water, so there will be less water for the farmers to use, which means less crops and plants, and which results less money for the farmer and her family. Then it will be harder for them to afford themselves and their family.
How has the river changed over time? The Yangtze River has changed a lot over time. For example, the color of the river has changed. It was brown and now it's changing to reddish and yellowish. But the climate changes over time to time. The river has also changed its shape and it has also changed the ecosystem and accumulate.
The river has become wider and there is a dam built. The future scenario of the river can be both good and bad, but on prediction, the Three Gorges Dam and hydrologic system will create electricity. But on the other hand, the pollution of the river will become worse and worse because more industrial waste and sewage will be made. The river will be higher and higher because of dams. Also, dams will not look good for tourists from other countries. We can protect the river by tourists not throwing trash because if they do that, it will harm the animals in the river and they will die. Also, the people who live in the Yangtze River basin shouldn't throw anything in the Yangtze River to prevent pollution and extinction of the animals and plants endemic. This was our documentary about Yangtze River. Thank you for watching.